If you want to take a break from drinking or you want to quit altogether, here are 6 things that you must not do. Every time I've tried to quit and failed is because I did one of these things. Just to be clear, this isn't some cookie cutter advice like not keeping alcohol in your fridge or avoiding the pub. I actually do both of them things, by the way. It's overlooked and it's exactly why most people fail. But I've been sober for 5 years. I've actually coached other men to do the same. But more importantly, I have spent 10 years trying to figure this out myself. So this isn't theory, this is fact. I have a training video for 2025. It is now free. I will leave the link below in the description. Check it out. So the first point is, do not avoid accountability. Now what I mean by this is, when you decide to quit alcohol, do not do it in silence. A lot of people will tell you to keep it to yourself because people are fed up of hearing you saying that you're going to quit drinking for the 10th time, but I disagree. When I first quit drinking, I posted along the He wants to have a word with us. When I said I quit drinking, I posted on Facebook, I am done, no more drink and drugs. I've spoken about this before, that I actually went 10 weeks, then I drank again, and I told everyone on Facebook that I'd failed. I felt like an idiot, which made me want to keep my promise to myself for the second time. Now, as I mentioned, I'm 5 years sober, life is pretty good. If you've told people in the past that you've decided to stop and you've started again, just take accountability for this time. Just post, let them know, be serious and make a choice. So the second point is, don't forget your why. I get so many people book a call with me. The first thing I ask them is, why do you want to quit alcohol? And they say things like, I'm fed up of having anxiety, I want more money, I want to lose weight, and that's great. All these things are valid points. But there's a caveat to this. None of us want to feel anxiety, and we all want to be in better shape. And truth be told, after 3 to 6 months, you're going to get these things when you stop drinking. It's inevitable. But what usually happens then, we start to feel good. And because we don't have a clear mission for the future, this mission can be finding a wife, starting a family, leaving your corporate job, starting a business. If we don't have a North Star to keep us fully locked in for, like me, 5 years in the future, then we start to forget the pain of why we stopped in the first place. And this leads me to my next point. Don't think you can just have one drink. Now, when you're going to get 3 months in, 6 months in, I actually went 3 months. I went out with friends who drank and took drugs, and there's that saying, isn't it? If you spend time in a barber shop, you're going to end up with a haircut. And I actually went out and I drank and I took cocaine and I just felt absolutely terrible. But this is because I didn't have a clear reason why. I just wanted to not feel anxiety. I wanted to have more money, look better. And I achieved all them things. I got all them things. You need to have a clear vision for the future. You need to have like a maybe 5 or 10 year plan to keep you locked in. I'm on year 5 now. As I said at the start of the video, I've got alcohol in my fridge. I go to pubs, clubs, bars, whatever. Like, I'm not tempted to drink. It's just not in my DNA anymore. Life's too good. So you need to have a clear reason why. Otherwise, I think you're always going to fall and you're always going to be tempted to drink. You're going to be tempted to have that one drink. Do not skip building a structured routine. Now, I work with clients, and the first thing I ask them is, show me a breakdown of your day. What time do you go to bed? What time do you wake up? What you eat? What you feed your mind? If you're going to bed at 1 a.m. and then you're waking up at 8 a.m., you're not going to be sleeping properly. You might think you're going to be sleeping properly, but you're not. So what happens when we wake up in the morning fatigued? We already start the day off on a bad note. As a result, you're going to fall behind in work. You're going to crash in the afternoon, which is going to lead you to eating junk food. By the time 6, 7 o'clock comes around in the night, you're going to have low willpower, which means when cravings do kick in, you're not going to be able to fight them. You need to have a structured routine. Routines are pretty simple. Go to bed at the same time, wake up in the morning at the same time, work out every day, eat healthy food, drink 3 litres of water. It is very simple. This is overlooked. Look at your life, look at your routine. If you don't have a routine, that's probably why you're drinking. This point is such a good point. Do not care what people think about you not drinking. So I'm going to tell you a story. I was out in this bar the other day with a couple of pensioners who live where I live, because where I'm staying, it's like sort of like a retirement village. But we're sitting there having a drink, and there's these Thai girls. One's like 45, the others are like 60. So I'm sitting there with my soda water, and there's a Thai girl next to me. She's like 45. She's still relatively pretty. She's drinking alcohol. She's on the Prosecco. She can't sit still. She's like sniffing these herbs every 2 seconds, smoking cigarettes, moving around, being really scatty. And then she puts her glass up next to my glass, and I'm just like, oh yeah, okay. So I think she's saying like cheers, but she's actually pointing out that I'm drinking a soda water, and she like sort of scoffs and gives me a funny look. Trust me guys, do not care what these people think. If you worry about what people think about you not drinking, you will always go back to drinking. I've always said in the past that I never really cared about what people thought about me not drinking, but I do actually remember now in the initial stages, I didn't want to be seen like drinking a Coke. I wanted people to think that I was drinking alcohol, but now I don't care. You know, I'm 5 years in rather, and I just don't care. So do not care what other people think about you drinking, because at the end of the day, it is poison, and it is going to ruin your life. And if you keep drinking, you're going to get the same results that you've got now. And this leads me to my next point. This is where people get upset. Do not worry about losing friends when you quit alcohol. There are going to be people in your life who stop calling you, who judge you because you're not drinking alcohol like them. Do not care. If you follow my channel, you will know that I've met new friends over the last 6 months. There's been a lot of lonely periods in my life where I've spent loads of weekends in on my own. And sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, is it always going to be like this? But now I have found some friends who are on the same path as me, very successful. Some of them are earning like $50,000 a month. That's more money that I could ever have imagined of earning in the past. Being stuck in a 9 to 5. That was probably what I was earning as an electrician doing a 9 to 5. So you're going to have periods in your life where you don't fit in with your old friends. But that's okay, because you're going to make room for new friends. And they're going to be better friends, more successful friends. They're not going to drink. They're going to push you to do difficult stuff. They're going to make you a better person. And I always say, no cravings, no problem. And I've got a full video, and you can watch it here.